Hey Scorpio, this is your May 2023. Um, Here we go. Let's get into it. All right. Okay. Well, you're coming up in the center of your reading. So that's good. You're making a move. You're making a move. It doesn't necessarily have to be a home move, but you're moving out of one aspect of your life and into another one and trying to leave behind any kind of turmoil or frustrations. It could be that you're trying to leave behind somebody who was kind of controlling, or somebody who was kind of in charge. As maybe you didn't like your boss at work, and you're looking to, or maybe you didn't like being in charge of something at work, or being a manager of some kind, or um, and are moving into some sort of new venture, new financial venture, new um, it's also a very watery kind of combo, which is what I would expect with you, Scorpio. So let me see here. Something to do with a father in the past. Your father might have been a significant focus in the past, a father figure. Some sort of leadership was important or in focus in the past. Um, this person, there could have been an argument with this person, and that led you to separate or go your separate ways. You might be thinking a lot about that. You might feel kind of sad sometimes about it, even though you know that you were right in a situation, or it was just one of those kind of everyone's going to lose kind of scenarios. Um, an authority member might have also told you had to be out by a certain time in the spring, or that something was going to be changing or giving you a boundary of some kind, or some rules, and so you're leaving that because that wasn't working for you and going into Cancer season. You might be moving, or there's some sort of change that's coming in terms of the home. I do think it's a home move because I do have the Ten of Pentacles here, and that often comes up as the home and the family for me. I also think that the Emperor is the father. So there's somebody in the family that's an authority figure, that's a father, that's a leader of the family, um, that played a significant role in the past. Whatever struggle or conflict this was, you're really heavily thinking about what happened in the past with this person or this situation. It's really weighing a lot on your mind. What you're not aware of is that there is some sort of gift from the universe coming in, a new beginning. Um, there's a starting. I don't necessarily know if it's a starting over, but there is something emotional new beginning that you're not aware of. It could be a baby, having a baby in the family, that you just haven't gotten the information about yet. Maybe because there was an argument, there's been some distance. You also could be seeking a second opinion on a matter, leaving behind somebody who you've always considered an authority on something, and going towards somebody who's more emotionally receptive, and more of a caregiver than necessarily just a leader. Somebody who's more in touch with their emotional side. This is also like, if we're talking a romance here, this could be, your past lover was very regimented, and now you're looking for somebody, or going towards somebody that is more romantic and more in touch with their feelings. Yeah, I see a new beginning with a home. A new baby in the home, a new beginning with the home. Um, your advice is to show that you care, to make the move. So, if this is something you're still debating on, it's saying that whatever action you want to take, you want to take one that's, you want to put yourself out there a little bit, in a romantic sense, or in a um, in a warm and loving kind of free spirited kind of way. The Knight of Cups I almost see as being like timid and shy. So even though you might be, a little bit hesitant, in terms of how to approach the situation, um, it will. I think that people, whoever this is or whatever this is, will receive you in good faith, and they will feel that you are, an emotionally warm person, at least, and putting your best self forward in this situation, or trying to. Um, Other people might see you as being a little bit on the defense now, really kind of being maybe even a little competitive or combative. Might be a slight aggression that is perceived on your behalf in regards to somebody else, or somebody else in regards to you. Um, let's see. There's power here. There's some sort of personal power that you're learning to stick up for yourself, maybe with other people in your life. You're hoping that you can gain the confidence you need to be somebody who other people see as influential in some sort of way, whether this is some sort of celebrity or some sort of fame, success, and fortune type situation. I don't know, but I do have the Queen of Wands, the Star, and the Ten of Pentacles very close to each other, and that's being a celebrity. Whatever you can fit in those kind of categories. Instagram success or something like that. A dream that keeps you up at night. A dream that keeps you up at night. The future stresses you out in some sort of way because you can't see it with your own two eyes. You might have to gain some faith. This is somebody who isn't 100% confident, right? But is willing to put themselves out there regardless to take a chance. They might not know how to approach something exactly, but they're inexperienced at something, but they really want to go after something that they love, right? Or they might be inexperienced in love, but they're learning along the way. I think you're going to learn along the way. You have to take the first step with something in order to be able to get yourself out of any kind of stress or strain about the unknown. Worrying about something that you can't see or that hasn't happened yet. Sometimes it's good to plan a couple steps ahead, but you won't know all of the steps. You're not going to be able to see your way all the way through 9 steps ahead. Something could come up. Life happens sometimes. So it's saying that to have faith in something, and also there's a familial healing going on here. So if you did have a fallout with a family member or a parental figure in your life, there is some sort of healing there. There is some sort of any kind of family situation that didn't go very well in the past is now coming up for healing. This person or you could be talking about you as the Scorpio being the family, the head of the family, the nurturer of the family. And there's something to do with a legacy of healing. So it might have been a generational thing. It might be something that's been a long time coming down the road. This also can be going to see the doctor. Somebody's going to see the doctor in the family. But there's healing here. There's some faith that everything will be all right. This is also having to do with the eyes. So if there's been any kind of far-sightedness issue, if there's been any kind of waking up to something with the physical body, could be getting better because of some kind of treatment from a professional. And this could be somebody in the family. You would already know about this. there is healing within a family dynamic or a home setting. There is a dream home as well. You want to be proud of who you are, of what you've achieved, and you want to be seen by others as a good light. So this could be about your advice is to heal the situation, make the first step towards make the first step towards healing a situation, or expressing, taking action on expressing, or a visit or something, being warm, being genuine, putting yourself out there. And this could be like talking about a literal move, or making a move in a relationship dynamic to be more inviting or open, to be emotionally, offer emotional offer up love in some sort of way. The outcome is the Ten of Pentacles starting. So it's really about abundance, right? Abundance, and figuring out where to put that abundance in order to, having faith that where you put that abundance, it's going to continue to grow for generations to come. So this is family planning. This is saving away money for your grandchildren. This is putting away money for your kids. This is a family was a dream, and the dream kind of come true thing and the nightmare card are right next to each other. So sometimes we get what we wish for, and sometimes we can be stressed out about that. So that's maybe what that's talking about, is the pressure. There's some sort of pressure from the family to be successful in some sort of endeavor, or continue the family dream as well. And that's been stressing you out because you don't see that as the vision of, you fear that's the end of the road for you in some sort of way. An associate could be stressing you out too in regards to your finances. If you are in a business partnership with somebody, and it's been kind of, or there's been a thing at work with the boss, it might be in your best interest to be warm and amicable regardless of what happened in the past. You, in the end, will have to make a decision without all the information, the facts. You're not going to have all the tangible facts in front of you. You're not going to have all the answers in front of you. You will have to use there's something in good faith here. Doing something in good faith. You might be stressed because you're worried that they won't receive this advance of some kind, that they won't be open up to it. I think that if that is a legitimate worry, the advice is to still be the one that's the bigger person, maybe. to maybe not hold back, to be there's some sort of guidance that's coming from a family dynamic that might be stressing you out, or tradition has, this is also tradition versus um, freedom. Something that has been very by the rules, you know, this is the rule maker, and here we have the way we do things, and we have done things for generations or for as long as this has been going on for. And then we have this offbeat, kind of unique, shiny, and it shines because it's different, right? The star shines because it's different. It's also a futuristic guiding light towards the future. So this is the past, it's tradition, rules, and this is the future. It's almost like the King of Cups accepts as well. He's very accepting, emotionally understanding. So it's just getting that emotional understanding that you might have to move out of one kind of more regimented I wouldn't say censored, but I would say rigid kind of way of thinking, or getting away from somebody who's in charge of something, or feeling like you're in charge of something, and going into more of a emotionally receptive, emotionally intelligent person, using your emotional intelligence to move yourself out of a troubling situation, into calmer roads ahead, pretty much. So there is something here about maybe the family, somebody in the family did not like something that you were doing. Maybe they wanted you to do a certain thing a certain way. There was an argument. Both sides didn't really win out because there was some kind of disappointment in how things turned out, regardless of who won the argument. There's some new emotional beginning that you're not seeing coming in. Your advice is to go forward and maybe make the offer in good faith. Maybe flirt, or if it's not a family thing, flirt or express yourself emotionally, even if you don't know exactly what would be considered appropriate in the situation, or you don't know how to approach the situation. It's telling you to take action regardless of that. Can I have clarity on the Knight of Cups, please? The Queen of Wands. Again, with the Queen of Wands and the Lovers underneath. I think that you might think that somebody's out of your league in some sort of way. And they might be an influencer. They might be somebody that you look up to or admire. Well, the admonition or the admiration will be received well by this person, regardless, I think, of whether they accept the offer that you're giving. You might not know that they actually really like you, but they're just playing it cool. The Queen of Wands is very cool. She's the coolest chick in the deck. She might be a little bit older than you as well, or he might be a little bit older than you. They, um, it doesn't have to be gender specific. I just call her she because that's the way she's depicted on the card. Um, Other people maybe see you as a little standoffish, is what I'm getting in this situation. So she might think that you're not interested because but your advice is to be a little bit more playful, I think. Playful in spirit, playful in um, expressing yourself with this person. Funny, just joke around a little. She's a very exciting person. She likes excitement too. She's big into making things happen, and she's kind of very flashy and seen. So maybe this is a love relationship we're talking about here, Scorpio. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. I'm seeing more Aries. She might have a family that's pretty unique. You might be meeting them for the first time. Or there's some sort of tradition that is being modernized or refashioned in a way. Or maybe everybody in your family has done something a certain way, and they're just not used to this big change or this futuristic or modern approach to, or rebellious approach. They see it as rebellious maybe, but you see it as just being yourself. You're being vulnerable. You become vulnerable in some regard. Whether it's within your family, you share your true self, and this reminds me of just like somebody asking somebody else out on a date. Also, Aquarius can be a card of sexuality. You may not realize that somebody is maybe in the past there's been some rules in the family or something, and there's a coming out to the family, maybe with somebody in your family or with you in the family. Something is coming out in the open. You are hoping for the confidence and to be truly proud of who you are, and be seen and well respected by others for your power and your ability to just be yourself and your most vulnerable self. This might be stressing you out, though. I'm not gonna lie. Or you might feel out of place somewhere, but really, I think that it's just because you're shining brighter in some sort of environment than people are used to, and that's okay. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of like really big time wealth. It is a card of inheritance as well, but I don't necessarily think that this is anything to do with that. I just think that it's also security. It's security, right? So you're becoming more secure in being your most authentic and vulnerable self. And you might be a little bit stressed. It might be keeping you up at night, because you're not able to see exactly how others are taking you, or you might not know how you're coming across. This is also, you don't know, you might be unable to see who is on your side and who isn't at this time, and you might be worried that one of your friends, because this is the friends and associates house of Aquarius, and this is the Aquarius card. So this is also some sort of major dream come true within career. This is being acknowledged for some success in career. This is also somebody who you see as like somebody who's like a star, who's got a huge reputation and is very well known, and that might make you a little bit uncomfortable if you're going out with this person because they have more money than you, maybe. Yeah. Eight of Cups. Something about this situation is like money versus what makes you happy. Rules versus freedom. There's some sort of verdict that needs to come to a conclusion. The jury's out in the ending result here, but I don't think it's going to be bad because I have the Star as the major arcana and the Ten of Pentacles, and honestly, that makes for a beautiful kind of wrapping things up. There is this new beginning that you're gonna love, so, and you're not aware of it yet. So maybe things start over if there was an argument with somebody in a family setting, or maybe you leave a job because you don't want to be in charge of that anymore, or you want to start your own business. Maybe in the recent past, you did start a business and you're making a move to you're moving out of some troubled times with something in a business or in some sort of work environment, moving into good success, much more money, much more clout, but doing something that's more true to who you are. All right, let's walk through the houses. First house, movements through water. So I feel like with this could very well have to be with your feet. So there could be some new activity you're doing that's kind of maybe a new pair of shoes, I'm thinking as well, that might be beneficial or something. Waterproof shoes. I don't know why that's coming through. That is so random. I also see this as like skiing. So be careful when you go skiing. If you do go skiing, I don't know why. I'm sure they have indoor places, or certain mountains are cold enough where there's still snow up there, but or they make snow for them. I don't know. But there's something there about that. This is also going to the beach, doing something physical with your body. This is physical activity. This is like, rowing a boat is like really hardcore, right? If you do it for long enough and fast enough. So, yeah, there's something about that. There's some sort of repetitive motion that you will be picking up doing that will be beneficial and healing for your body in some sort of way. I don't know what else to say about that. Oh, also, swimming. There might be a warm day during this May period that finally comes up if you're anywhere near where I am. We don't know when that's going to happen because we had the warm day and now we have like winter again. It doesn't feel like spring at night, especially. So, yeah, it might be just coming into like sunny weather for you. Also, you might also have a doctor do some sort of acupuncture. This could have to do with acupuncture, dialysis. This can have to do with draining something or clogging something. So this is also piercings on the body. If you go get a piercing. If you have a platelet problem, this is stopping stopping the flow of something. So maybe there's something that's like a shot, or like some sort of stopping the flow of something. You might be feeling very tired physically as well because you've just gone through something pretty intense. And so maybe you're looking for that place where you can rest. You might need to take time to rest more often during the next month period, just because you're still recuperating from whatever you just been through. So now, second house, what you're valuing, your resources. There is somebody who is going to help you either with resources or help get you the assistance that you need in terms of resources and finances. This person would be honest and warm. They're a caring person. They might be somebody that checks in on money for you or something like that. This could also be you feeling like you're emotionally content with your resources and finances right now. You're coming into that, or that's what's kind of causing this move to happen, or this change, this yearning for something else. This is also immigration, so, or migrating. So from place to place. So this is like going somewhere where you're more well received in emotional warmth than maybe somebody who was more cold and dictatorship, kind of regimented, friendly, or not as friendly. Ooh, excuse me. Whew. So you might actually witness something that's unfair, or some sort of robbery or something in your neighborhood, or you might see it on the news that something happened in your local neighborhood where there was some sort of battle or argument that happens, and a scuffle. Um, you also could get into an argument with a cousin or a sibling, so just be careful. There's a very conflict energy going on. You might feel pretty conflicted in mentally this month about what to choose, what to do. So if you maybe rush into a situation, you might come across as being, I don't know, somebody who played it unfair, or um, there's something here about that. So just try to see both sides of the story before you go and follow through, I guess, so that you can be comfortable with the outcome of how things go for you. But you can't control what other people will do. So, I mean, it is what it is. But there's something here about a new home a new beginning that make you know that you love in the family sector. So a new member to the family, or a new family home or something, or a new apartment, or somebody is a referee of fun. Somebody might be also putting rules on how you do your fun. There's something here about being a leader of some sort of leisurely leader of leisure. Um, you might get into something that you can or become an authority on some sort of sport, or there's some sort of like experience here and leadership here. So you might be the one that's teaching others, or being a good role model for others who are younger than you, about something that's fun, or gaming, or playing sports, like being a coach or something. This is also business, so this is creative businesses and leadership within those. This is also being intimately in charge of other people, in a romantic situation. Intimately in charge, if you know what I mean. Um, this also, in the past, you might have become a father and are now moving into a place that's much more emotionally light-hearted and ready to embrace having a family. There's something here about being a leader, though, being a role model. in terms of creative activities or sports activities, fun stuff. A leadership on fun. Or you might be expressing yourself more as a leader in something, or you have in the past, and now you're moving away from that and just becoming more supportive. You don't want to maybe be as in charge, you want to be more of a support or a helper. Your health, for the long term, it's looking good. If it's work, career and work, looking great. Like, I see promotion. I see just a lot more abundance of just feeling more appreciative of the abundance you have in your day-to-day life, in your health, and I forget what I have, like this thing that I just heard about the sixth house, and I'm like, oh, why can't I remember that? Because your reputation, you're seen as like the shining star, you know. At your career, you might be actually some sort of celebrity or some sort of high-ranking or official person. Um, the other thing I see is like a police officer, somebody who has some sort of authority in something, but also helps. More money in career and in the day-to-day life. There's more flow and there's more security in day-to-day life as well. So this might very well be about a new home. Your career seems to be shining bright. Your reputation in the world. You're seen as somebody that people have faith in because you're honest and upfront about who and what you're about. Seventh house. A family business as well. Could have to do with a family business in the future, near future. Seventh house relationships. I see you making a romantic offer or someone coming towards you with a romantic offer as well. Eighth house. Defending or owning your own personal power. Protecting this kind of your spiritual beliefs in some sort of way. That could be what's unique about you and your family. This could also be pagan related or being involved in the craft. A manifestation of love. Something is coming in. This person could be older than you and they could be a fire sign. Aries specifically is coming through. Capricorn, Aquarius, Scorpio. Yeah, so there's just a tradition versus, it's like you start a job, it's more money, you feel maybe different than everybody else. You feel like you're so different you might feel like naked in front of everybody else, like everyone is watching you, and that might make you uncomfortable initially. But I think that stressing over it, what don't they see? What are they at an impasse for? What will they have to use their intuition? Oh, you don't see the really tangible new beginning that's going to be coming in soon with a new opportunity, a new start and something, a new job. This is the new beginning. A seed is planted. At least there's something practical. Oops, something flipped. What flipped? Okay. Maybe you've waited a long time for this new beginning in terms of your finances, or you might just be getting kind of down on yourself, but you're really shining bright. So I wouldn't overstress it. Maybe there's a coworker or a friend of a friend or an associate at work that's just stressing you out. Maybe stressing you out because there's some sort of new beginning that Eight of Pentacles is walking away from what Eight of Pentacles. It's a talent, it's a skill. So I think you're coming to a point of mastery soon, or you're going to be you feel like you need to attain one more coin, or that things aren't progressing for you in the way that you want them to. But it seems to me like you're not seeing your own talent in a situation, and you already have the skills you might possess. You might feel like you need to be defensive and maybe feel a little bit timid about making moves forward, but that will come with time. And I know you're hoping for the confidence in something, but you have the skills. It's telling me at the end you might discover a new skill or a nuanced way of doing something that it might come in a dream as well. Very futuristic. And don't stress about the future because it's on its way to you in a wrapped bow, pretty much. Like the Star card is really shining bright in terms of other people that are seeing you maybe as a little bit defensive, maybe competitive. They're seeing you as competition. So there's something, you might not have the confidence. You might not have the confidence in yourself, right? Your advice is to get confident, is to put yourself out there as being more confident. If this is not a love relationship, that's what I see. For career. If it is a love relationship, it's the same thing. She's also super creative, the Queen of Wands. So this is like to put your creative artistic projects out there, to show your flair, to give yours. And it might be different than everybody else's. It's not the traditional thing, but it's gonna be seen and noticed because it's different. And you might not feel like you're skilled enough yet, but you do have what it takes. You are becoming a master of whatever craft this is in regards to the situation. You might be unable to see what's right in front of your face, and that might be an undoing of yours, okay? Yeah, there's an associate or somebody that's just stressing you out. Maybe they see you as competition, and they might have been a little bit pushy, or made you, they might have enforced their kind of authority on you, or their self-imposed or self-proclaimed authority. I also think that you might have left a job in the past where you were the top dog, and now you've entered a new job and you're feeling a little bit more meek than you normally do. That will fade. Um, you might just want to prove yourself to be doing a good job to your new employers, or at the new business that you're doing. But other people might take that as competitive. But as long as you know you're coming from a good place and being open about how you do things, I don't think people will consider you to be standoffish or cold as much. Um, but there is the if you don't see that you have the talent or the skill, Scorpio, or start getting more confident in yourself, you might clam up and stress yourself out for nothing, and then come off even more standoffish to other people in the work environment. Or it's saying protect your energy, but also um, use your intuition in regards to protecting your heart. So any kind of love situation, um, stressing over protecting your heart from being hurt, is something that that can be an undoing for you. Also, you might be worried about something to do with an Aquarius. You know, I always see Aquarius as like the alternative sexual person. So, um, alternative sexual person, you know what I mean? Somebody who's into different types of non-typical sexuality situations, such as LGBTQ, AAA, all that stuff. Um, the rules of sex also comes in with the Emperor in the fifth house. So the rules of engagement as well. This is engagement, so others see you as engaging in a way that might be considered, you might have to defend yourself. The Queen of Wands is also somebody who's very sexual and flirtatious, and the King of Cups is also flirtatious. So, you might feel like there's some competition in terms of a relationship with somebody that you find very you're very emotionally attracted to. And it's saying don't worry about protecting your heart so much to put yourself out there. Okay, Scorpio? And that can be in any avenue of life. So I wish you the best, and I will see you in June. Bye.